What are we talking
Sure.
about? What is this account that is so powerful that can be your
Yeah.
emergency fund, your opportunity fund, your retirement fund, and leave a legacy? What is that?
Well, let's start with it this way. I always say we want to be financially efficient, right? And so, in order to be financially efficient, you've got to get each dollar to perform multiple functions. And so, to have one account that can solve multiple problems in your life for these financial needs that we know we're inevitably going to have as we go through life is essential. And so, this is why we utilize what Seb is alluding to here is a properly designed whole life insurance policy. Now, it's not just any whole life insurance policy. It's not, the one that your probably grandparents knew about that were sold back in the day. This is a high early cash value, highly liquid, supercharged kind of policy. I don't want to like sound all markety and like hypey about it, but at the end of the day, what it is not designed to be an investment alternative. It's designed to be a savings alternative because it's going to get you bond-like returns, which is not sexy, but it's really effective and essential for your success as a foundational asset. It's going to get you bond-like returns and savings-like liquidity over a long period of time. Now, we want to utilize this account. When I say we want an emergency fund and then we want an opportunity fund, it's in the same account. It's just a function of like, what is the money earmarked for, right? I had a conversation with a nurse earlier today, and she was just like, hey, I want to do this, and how much do I need for an emergency fund? Well, my suggestion is about a year, because if we look at the economy, I don't want to have my emergency, just for average amounts that people need. I want to be prepared for an emergency. Average, when I lose a job or whatever, is, if the economy goes really bad and the job environment really dries up and gets hard, then I don't want to be prepared for average. I want to be prepared for more. But like this person was like, well, I'm a nurse, and so like there's not really, I can't really picture an environment where I'm not going to have a job. And I'm like, all right, well, if you're comfortable with 6 months of expenses, then go with 6 months of income, and that's cool. But once again, it all goes down with this is the thing that's important to understand. I don't believe in telling people what they should and shouldn't do. What I believe in is teaching people to think critically about why they're doing what they're doing. You know what I mean? Like, that's our job, right? Is to help people. You can't help people align their money with their values and beliefs if they don't know what they're thinking, if they don't know why they need to make the decisions in the first place. And so it's like all these people out there are like, you need 6 months of an emergency fund. Why? Right? Like, there are no hard, fast and rules as far as that goes, as far as I'm concerned. It's just like you're an adult, you're smart enough, you're capable, right? You know your goals, you know your objectives, you know your weaknesses and blind spots, right? Work with somebody that you trust that's going to help critically guide you through a path in love to help you like set up a foundation that's going to help you. And so this is where whole life insurance comes in, because you can save up your money for emergency, you can save it up for opportunity, and I call it a self-completing plan because it's all done in a life insurance wrapper, right? So I could save my money in my emergency fund in a savings account, right? But what happens if I'm a year into saving for my emergency and I die? Well, now my wife and my 3 kids are left out in the cold, right? My wife's going to have to go back to work, dude. She hasn't worked for 9 years. You know what I mean? Like, what's she going to do? So like, this is a self-completing plan because I'm saving money for a reason. And if something tragic happens to me along the way, my whole life policy is going to self-complete the plan and give her all the money that I was trying to save in the first place, right? So I always kind of say a properly designed whole life policy is the only financial product in the world that if you execute properly and you design it properly and you put it into your plan the right way that is in alignment with your values and beliefs, it's the only plan in the world, the only product in the world that will make sure what you want to happen will happen when you want it to happen, whether you're here to see it or not. Because if you live a long, healthy, happy, fruitful, productive life, you're going to save in it. It's going to beat your bank account. You're going to have other benefits with it. And if anything happens to you along the way, it's going to self-complete in everything that you were trying to accomplish for your legacy, for your heirs, for your family while you're alive, whether it's going to college, whether it's, paying off your house or, having cash flow and having retirement and all these things, it's all going to be taken care of.